Carolyn Zook here with C6 Stitch, and today is Saturday, December 3rd, 2022. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you are here spending part of your day or your evening with me. It's been another busy week. We are nearing the end of the semester, so I see the light at the end of the tunnel. If you're new, I teach college at two different schools. I have my main job, which I teach and I do a lot of other things for as well. And then I have a side job where I just teach. So we are into our last week of classes this coming week, and then finals. So we're getting there. I have a ton of grading to do because of course I got behind on that. But I see the light. I see the light. So I'm very excited, and hopefully I'll be able to get back into regular commenting back on all your lovely comments and all of that. So thanks for your patience this semester. It's been a very busy one. Since we are in a new month, well, first of all, for my American friends, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know I've talked to you since then, but yeah, the weeks just fly by, don't they? Yes, that's Simon in the background, wanting to be part of the video, as usual. So some stitchy stats from November. I was able to get in a total of 99 hours of stitching, so that's pretty good. I had 5 new starts, which is not so great, but I love them. And 2 finishes. So I finished Autumn Quakers, and I finished that one was by Rosewood Manor, and then I finished Trimming the Tree, which was a bendy stitchy design. I started the month with 50 whips. I'm ending the month with 53 whips. So whips are work in progress if you are new here. So, but we did start out December strong with another finish. So I'm excited to show you my finish of Winter Friends Welcome. Here we go. It is all done. I finished this last night. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Where all those trees are, it's supposed to say welcome friends with 1 tree on either side. I didn't want the word, so I just put in all trees. I think this is darling, and you can see it has a little heart in the middle of that wreath. And inside that heart, you can't really see it, but it says Merry Christmas on it. That's really the only Christmas thing about this. So I'm probably this is going to be a winter piece that I can leave up all winter long because it's kind of Christmassy, but it really says winter to me. Lots of backstitching. This is from Stony Creek. It is from their summer 2020 issue. And I love it. It's the same issue that my llama, You Are Amazing, was in. So I finished up the crown on the snowman. My arms are getting tired. I finished up the crown on the snowman, and then I had all the back stitching to do, which took me about an evening and a half, and then I did all the beading, which went a lot faster than I anticipated because there are beads all around that border. Now, the thing I didn't do, there is a little thin red line that goes outside that outside green border and then one right inside it. I didn't do that. I didn't feel like it needed it or that it added a whole lot to it. I liked it just like this. So it is done. I started this November 10th in 2020, and I finished it, December 2nd. And it took me a total of 61 hours to stitch. There's a lot of stitching. I mean, that snowman, if you've been following along, took a long time. I use this for my 25/7 piece in November, so working on it 25 minutes a day most days. And then once I got into December, I worked on it December 1 and December 2, and then I was able to finish it up. So one more time, Winter Friends Welcome by Stony Creek. Love how this turned out. I think it's super, super darling. And I'm really happy with the changes. The stars on the trees are not the called for stars. They were out when I was ordering everything from Stony Creek. I'm just going to set this aside here. And so I just took a replacement, and they're a little bit bigger than what was called for, but I'm okay with it. I think they're really cute. So that's my finish. So that finish counted for part of the acrostic for December. So the theme for Magazine Monthly Challenge, and that piece was actually out of a magazine, believe it or not. The theme for December is Razzle Dazzle, which I'll talk about later. And then the acrostic is Twinkle. So that counted for my W for Winter Friends Welcome, and I for Ice, because it's winter and the snowman is made out of snow, ice, that type of thing. So I got 2 acrostics knocked out with that one piece. Okay, my other whips. This is all the leftovers that I need to de-kit from Winter Friends Welcome. Okay, I worked a little bit more on my Thanksgiving fairy. This is what she will look like. This is a Mirabilia Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy. I got this from Garan Stitchery. It came as a whole kit. They are selling just the chart now. And I actually changed out the fabric than what came in the kit. Mine, it's just a little bit lighter. It's called Artichoke, and it's a 28 count. I think it goes this direction. So I just filled in more of her flower garland that she is holding. You can see I still have some spots to fill in there. But this is probably going to go away now since it's post-Thanksgiving. But I'm going to pull her back out next year, of course. But Thanksgiving Fairy. So I have almost her flowers. It's almost entirely done. So I'm almost where Gary, I started this with Gary. I'm almost to where he is, but he's a little bit further along than I am. Of course he is. And then I did work a little bit more on 12 Days of Christmas, which is my Bothy Threads kit that I started with Jan of Jan Hicks Creates. So this is what it will look like, and I am on the number 1. This is going to be a long-term project because there's a lot. Each block is full coverage, right? So this is kind of like, I guess, a full coverage piece. I mean, it's certainly not as big as a Hade. And I'm using the threads that came with the kit, but I did change out the fabric. It's just a 28 count even weave fabric. But other than that, everything is the same. And so you can see the number 1 is all filled in, and I started working across that block. So these blocks are, I can't remember, maybe 56, 58 by the same. But they are full coverage inside. And that is metallic threads. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. It sparkles in real life, and I really love the gold color, and I think it really pops. I mean, that's what drew me to this piece in the first place. I need to get a 12 Days of Christmas needle minder. Very important. And that's in my, this is from Evertote. I think it was last year, or maybe even the year before. 12 Days of Christmas bag from Evertote. So I've got that done, and that one is also going to go away for this year. Maybe. I mean, I don't know that I'll have a lot of extra time because we're finishing up our 2022 goals. Okay, so next up was my Whip Go piece for November. This is also my Whip Go piece for December, one of them for December. It is Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. And I am on block number 2. I did not, here, this is a better close-up of what it will look like. I did not finish it. I thought I might finish it in November, and I did not. There is so much stitching in that block. Okay. A very tight fit in that bag. Put that on the ground there. Okay, I'm close to being done, but I did not get it done. So this is where I'm at. So that whole house is done. There's a mirror image of this house on this side, which you can see I started on, but I need to do that. And then there's like a little half Quaker up here and then a firework in here. But this one is called for December. So I imagine this block will get done in December. I'm hoping, and maybe even get at least the border on the 3rd block started, maybe. So that is where we are at on this block. I really love that center house. It's so pretty. the pink. It's actually called like light brick. I think it's just a DMC, but I just think it's so, so pretty. So that is my progress on the WIPCO. So far, I have December to go, but so far I've completed every WIPCO, and my goal for each WIPCO call is 12 hours a month, and I've completed it this year, which, say for this month, which hopefully, fingers crossed. So that's everything I worked on this week. So it was kind of a busy week, but I just love all these projects that I have. So I'm very excited about that. I only have one little piece of haul. My November Fine Floss Club from Fat Quarter Shop. I get the MPI silks. And this month it is brick red. And so it says beautiful, beautiful. Well, speaking of the house, right? It's almost like this color. Like it's kind of like a pinky light red. So those came. So that's my haul. I'm trying to be really good, right? So I want to talk a little bit about December plans, and then that's it. I think it's going to be another pretty quick one. But in December, so like I said, for my WIPCO calls for December, it was Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, which I will be working on, and it's Death by Cross Stitch, so the last kind of round of Death by Cross Stitch. So you'll be seeing that. The Garon designer focus is Teresa Kogut. So for December, so I am going to work on a piece called Let Love Rain, which is out of this book by Teresa Kogut. And this book has several different patterns, or maybe two or three, maybe three patterns in it. And I'm going to start on the big sampler one. I'm also starting this for Miss Dina, her birthday. Let me find something to cover up this. Her birthday's in December, and she is starting this. She wanted to start this as her birthday start. So I am starting it for Miss Dina from Half Stitch Cross Stitch for her birthday, as well as for the Garon Focus on a Designer. And it says, "Let love reign in your heart and home." And I just love that sentiment. And it's a sampler, which, I don't do very many of, but I just think this one is so beautiful. So I'm going to start on that, and that will be my Sunday piece for December, which will meet our Garon Focus on a Designer and to celebrate Dina. The other one in this booklet that I definitely, so that Let Love Rain takes up a lot of pages. And then there's one called Love Your Family. If you want to change the world, go home and love your family. I probably won't be stitching that one, but the other one I do want to stitch is called How Much I Love You. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you, which I really like that. My dad used to sing that song to me all the time as a little girl. So I definitely want to stitch that. And I think it's those are the three patterns in this book. So really, really nice book. Be a great Christmas gift for somebody if you're looking for Christmas gifts, called Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. So that will be a new start this month. And then for Razzle Dazzle, I'm going to show you, we're kind of doing plans for this week as well as plans for the month. My Razzle Dazzle piece is going to be Glory to the Newborn King, which looks like this. There's a lot of sparkles. There's some Krynic, I believe. There's some beads, so it's very sparkly. It is in the autumn 2020 issue of Stony Creek. I love a good Stony Creek pattern. Although I will say, between the llama, the Winter Friends Welcome, I'm Stony Creeked out. I mean, not really, because they're beautiful. This one looks quite different, so I really like it. But they're a lot of work. So this is going to be my Razzle Dazzle piece, because it is, you can't really tell in this picture, but it is very sparkly. And let me show you where I'm at while I have this out on this piece. And this one, I believe, will get 2 days worth of work, and that will meet my goal for the year on this one, which I believe was 15 hours. So this is where I'm at. That center is done except for the beads. And then I'm over here, and it's just a mirror image of this over here. And this is on a 28 count. My friend Robin from Bird's Eye Stitches sent this to me a long time ago. 28 count R&R creme brulee. She found it at Goodwill. She found a huge haul at Goodwill, I don't know, a year or two ago now, and sent me this fabric, and it fits perfectly on here. So that's Glory to the Newborn King, which will count as Razzle Dazzle, which is really just fun to say when you think about it. Okay, so that's the Razzle Dazzle. And then the Acrostic is Twinkle. So I'm not going to pull all of these out, but the T is going to be a Christmas Celebration, which is that very first piece. When I started getting back into cross stitch, I stitched it. You saw it recently. I'm not very far at all. I'm using the Kit Ada and all the floss Christmas Celebration. So you will see that. I have one more day to work on that, and then I will have met my yearly goal on that one. Like I said, the W and I in Twinkle were Winter Friends Welcome. W for the Winter or Welcome, and I for the Ice. N is going to be Glory to the Newborn King, and for newborn. So Razzle Dazzle will be 1 day's worth of work, and N will be another day's worth of work. The K in Twinkle will be Christmas Dinner, which I keep putting off working on for some reason. I'm not sure why, but that has Kreinik in there, so I thought that was a good way to fit it. L is going to be Let Love Rain, and then E in Twinkle is going to be Princess Ileana. That's a Mirabilia that I'm working on, and I think I have one more day to meet my yearly goal on that one as well. I do have 2 new starts, which of course I forgot to pull as well. I do have 2 new starts. One is Winter Montage, so the last in that series, the last one of the montages. The artwork is by Janet Stever, and it is charted by Pain Free Crafts. So I will start that, and then I'm going to start Winter Rose Manor with Jan of Jan Hicks Creates, and then I also want to start this month the Carolyn's Balloons, the winter version of Carolyn's Balloons at some point this month as well. So that is what is coming up this month. And then my folks will be here the last week of December. So I don't know that I will be able to get much stitching done when they're here. So I'm not really counting on getting any stitching done. So this week, what am I going to work on? I am going to work on Glory to the Newborn King. So that will get the 2 days. I'm going to work on Let Love Rain for my Sunday piece. So I'll be starting that this Sunday. And I'll be working on, I haven't showed you this yet, Death by Cross Stitch. I'm going to work on that for the Whip Go. This is what it will look like. This is by Long Dog Samplers. I am, I don't know, up in here. I'm at the very top. I'm stitching this on I believe it's a 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana, which I love this fabric. So easy to work on. This piece is huge though. So let me show you where we're at. So this is where I'm at. You can see I had to take out some of that border, so I'm going to try to put that back in. And I'm just making up the colors as I go, so sometimes I have to rip things out. But I'd like to move across. I mean, I don't know how much time I'm going to have. I don't think I'll get to the other side necessarily, but you can see I started going down, which is fine, but now it's time to move across and get to that other edge. So this is where we're at. So I will likely be working up in this area at the very top here and kind of carrying that over. I feel like I've worked on this a long time, but it doesn't, when I look at it, I'm like, it doesn't look like I've made much progress. But that's okay. That is okay. So that's Death by Cross Stitch. So I'll be working on that this week. That will get 4 days, 12 hours this week. And then, because we're in a new month and we have finished Winter Friends Welcome, my new 25/7 piece for the month of December will be the Woodland Christmas Ornaments by Tiny Modernist. I get these just started shipping. This is November, and they'll go for a year. So this is the first one. And I'm stitching mine all in one piece on a 28 count Dove Gray that I just had in my stash. And this is where I'm at on the first one. So not very far, but I'm excited to pull this out and work on it each day and see the progress. that will be happening on it. So we'll see this some more. I need to get a grime guard to hold that fabric. So those are my plans for this week. So couple oldies, couple newies, and that's really all I have for you. So I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you're staying safe. Simon does as well. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.